Hello and welcome to another episode of On Fire here on Daily Mirror. I'm Easwaran Rutnam. Sri Lanka is having a number of foreign dignitaries visiting the country, and among them is former Maldives President and current Speaker Mohamed Nasheed. And Mr. Nasheed joins us on the program today. Mr. Nasheed, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here in Sri Lanka.
Mr. Nasheed, firstly, let me start off by asking you, I know you were the target of an extremist attack just less than a year ago. How is your health condition right now? How are you recovering?
Inshallah, I am much better. I have all the injuries, all the wounds have healed. And fortunately, my health is now fine. I am good.
This attack has been blamed on Islamist extremists, and there are concerns that the Maldives has become a haven for Islamist terrorist groups and extremist groups. How do you see this?
Throughout the world, there is extremist views, especially extremist religious views. And yes, our young people are being indoctrinated to these extreme views, and it is happening in many places. We have to be very careful about it. We have to have programs that would educate our people, that would enlighten our people into how things should work. And I think this is a very serious issue for all our governments, including the Maldives government and other regions, the Sri Lankan government and everyone. We must all join our hands together and fight against extremism and terrorism.
Do you see the current administration doing enough to like you said, fight against extremism?
Yes, they are. The police, the president has now formulated a counter-terrorism unit in the president's office, and it is now coordinated. The police and the military both are engaged in the work, and I believe that we are addressing the issue, and we will be able to root out certainly the violent elements within it.
I also want to ask you about the current Maldives government. You were one of the key figures that supported President Soli at the last election. You were the one who brought him into power. Yet there are a lot of concerns about President Soli. There are questions being asked if he has actually delivered on the promises. Do you think he has met the expectations of the people and the international community?
Well, first, it's an MDP, Maldivian Democratic Party government. And the president is fulfilling the pledges that we made to the people. I believe that the president is successful the government is successful in doing much of what we have promised. But of course, there are shortcomings, and we have a lot of work to do. But I do believe that we have delivered much of the pledges that we promised to the people when we came to government this time.
The current Maldives government seems to have distanced itself from China and aligned more towards India. Now we see a campaign being spearheaded by former Maldives President Yamin, an India Out campaign pushing for the Indians to basically be sidelined and seemingly to give more preference to the Chinese. I mean, is this a serious concern for the Maldives?
I think it's very misguided, very unpopular. For whatever reason, if President Yamin feels that that he can whip up anti-Indian sentiment in the Maldives, a xenophobic nationalistic tendency. But I don't think the people are buying it. I don't think there will be popular support for any movement against India, or for that matter, any country. I think it's very misguided. President Yamin must stop it.
Do you see a bigger role for China still in the Maldives?
I don't see that there is a bigger role for China. I think our cultural affiliations, our historical ties, our close proximity in the Indian Ocean, and I think India first policy must remain as a foreign policy of the Maldives, and it is.
And that will be the policy that
That
MDP will also
that
take
would
forward.
be the policy that MDP will always pursue, and for the last 3-4 years we've done that, and I'm sure that we will continue doing that.
Finally, let me ask you about your relationship with Sri Lanka. What brings you here this time around, and how do you see Maldives-Sri Lanka relations in the future?
The youth minister invited me for Namal invited me for the youth parliament opening session, which he's holding in Mahargama today. And he has also been visiting the Maldives very, very frequently and has become a very familiar face in the Maldives. Maldives and Sri Lanka, our tourism industry, our imports, our exports, our trade relations, our cultural relations. Colombo is the second largest Maldive town with Maldivians. After Male, there is no town in the Maldives that has more people than we have in Colombo. So we go back a long way for many, many centuries, and we share the same ethnic stock. We are the same people. So we have very good relations, and I'm sure any government, who is in government, will continue that relations with the Maldives.
Well, we will leave it at that, Mr. Nasheed. Thank you for joining us on the program. And that's all the time we have for you on Fire this week. Till next time, stay safe.